All right, well, let's, with that, move on to the Highlanders and ripping straight in. Significant signings. Gareth Evans has moved over from the Hurricanes to the Highlanders, looking for some game time at 6 and 8 there. Marty Banks, the party at Marty's. He's back.
Good.
Back from Japan. So absolute cult hero, not only in Dunedin, but also New Zealand. So huge. Andrew Makaleo coming down from the Crusaders. So he's looking to try and, not be behind Cody Taylor, essentially. Get more game time.
He's done it. He's killed it.
He's done it.
Nailed it. And yeah, those are the real significant ins for the Highlanders. Nels, do you want to take us through the significant outs, the losses?
Yeah, there's a few names here. Josh Ioane, Ash Dixon, Kazuki Himano, gone back to Japan. Liam Squires retired. You could also probably throw in Tokalahi, a man that we thought would have a big future is Tariki Ben Nicholas as well. Michael Collins has filled a role for them, both at, in the outside backs and in the centres as well. So there's a lot of players leaving this squad.
Yeah, the best 15 guys, I've got Ethan de Groot, who had a breakout year last year, Liam Coltman and Josh Honeck. Obviously some competition there in the hooking jersey, but I think they'll start status quo if they can to start the season. Bryn Evans, the elder statesman in the team, killed it last year, so I've still got him in the side along with Josh Dixon. Liam Squire, Billy Harmon, and the return of Marino Michele Tu'u after a season-ending injury last year for the forwards. So I can't wait to see him back in the side.
Kagi, you want to take us through the rest of them or the next five?
Sure. I might have micro-tuned out, but I'm assuming we're onto the back. So Aaron Smith, you might have heard of him, just kind of, the best scrum half in the world, or I don't know if he's been usurped by the actual rugby player of the year 2021, Dupont. But no, Aaron Smith stepped it up last year and was scoring some insane fantasy points, actually, despite starting to share more game time. Mitch Hunt locking down the 10 jersey, no competition from Josh Ioane. And then I'll just do the centres and leave Harry to bring us through the back three. So centres, look, I think centre's a big question, but we've gone with Scott Gregory, who was, I thought was an outside back, but was doing really, really well in the centres last year. Kind of seemed to lock that position down. And 13, I'm not sure about. We're going with Nani Punavai, but
mate, take your pick. Who's it going to be? Dead set. You got Samuel Munga Jensen, Nani Punavai, or Fatuli Paya. It's not going to be Sarah Tompkinson. He's gone for the year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, look, I mean, Fatuli Paya was one that they were really excited about, come down from the Crusaders last year, and then he just got, he was lighting it up pre-season and then got injured for the whole season. And you know how much I love Thomas Umunga Jensen, but he's more of a 12. So, yeah, you're right. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. But Harry, take us through the back three, and then we'll get into some key questions.
No problem, I will. So we go on the left wing.
All right, Harry. New Harry.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sam Gilbert on the left wing, a player that lit it up last year, but prior to an injury. Connor Gard and Bashep on the right wing, and we've gone fullback Solomon Alamalo. So that's a fun one to say, isn't it?
It is, and hopefully we'll be yelling it a lot this year. Unlike
we will be.
But Connor Gard and Bashep, obviously also the good Gard and Bashep. No, he was pretty exciting last year, so that was good. All right, key questions. Let's get into it. Harry, take us through some key questions.
Right. So first of all, will two of their potential best players return to form? And part one of this question's from Rugby Fixation. Is this year the return of Marino Machiele Tu'u at 8?
I hope so. I think he was picked very highly in our draft last year and then just did not get any game time whatsoever.
So they didn't advertise this last year because we were all pulling our hair out going, this is ridiculous. He's the best. Hugh Renton, who is Hugh Renton? Who fair to say was actually pretty reasonable, but it wasn't Michele Tu'u. Michele Tu'u had a stress fracture in his leg that ended his entire season. That just did not get published last year. So that is the reason. And yes, he will be back. And yes, he will kill it again.
Yeah. And how exciting and also kind of unfair is that? the whole Moana Pacifica podcast, we talked about all of their back rowers going out to absolutely crunch everyone. Well, Shannon Frizzell and Mikaeli too. I mean, that is formidable 6 and 8 pairing right there.
They'll be carrying the team, to be honest.
Yeah, it's worth noting Mikaeli Tu'u at different parts has been, a battle between him and Satutu to see who could be more dominant in terms of fantasy points. Satutu, definitely took it towards the back end, for the last couple of years, but he has just as much potential in a fantasy aspect at least.
Was it you, Nelson, that picked Tu'u up last year and, Mikaeli Tu'u and then suffered the agony of him not playing?
That's a classic Nelson move.
I think so, but I think I had Satutu the year before, so it's okay.
Excellent. All right. And the second of the potential players to return to form, Harry?
Yeah, I mean, Solomon Alamalo. Sorry, I don't know how to say it other than like that.
That's fair.
He obviously had his own mental health issues that were pretty well documented, and he was pretty open and honest about those issues. He's back for for Southland, playing week in, week out. So is this the year that we get the excitement machine Alamalo back?
Yes.
I think so. He said he's refound his love for the game. And I said the first couple of games I saw him playing for Southland, he's put on size. He looks in like the best shape he's ever been. So if he can play anything like, I think I picked him very early in the draft last year. I thought he was going to have a mortgage on a, wing or fullback jersey at the Highlanders. But let's hope this year he does. Incredibly exciting player to watch. So
yeah, absolutely. Nelson, will Folau Fakatava share more game time this year?
For me, I think so. It's going to give Aaron Smith a little bit of a rest building in towards the 2023 Rugby World Cup. And Fakatava has just got international footy written all over him. So I think he needs to get some more game time. And they don't want to just leave him, sitting in their pocket. So I think he does get more of a crack this year.
And it's fair to say that I think the All Blacks will probably be on a delayed start to the competition as well. They don't join the teams until mid-February for the start of their preseason. I think they've all had an extended break given how taxing it was being on tour for the back end of last year. So if round one is on the 18th of Feb, there's no way that they're going to be playing round one. So I think Fakatava will potentially at the front end of the season really get a lot of time.
Worth lots of points when he's playing.
Yeah.
For sure. And Smith is, he's so happy to share time. He's not a player that's like, I would need to be playing all the time now, what I mean? Like they know his value. So
he's a team man. Yeah, and guys, outside back, I think we've named Sam Gilbert and Connor Garden-Bachop on the wings. Gilbert can obviously play fullback as well, but we just don't want to move Alamalo from his best position. Is that how you guys see it going? They've obviously got Vilamani Koroi as well, young Josh Timu. There's a bit of talent there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. I think Vilamani Koroi covers that fullback role for them. So I don't think we're going to see him, feeling the wings as much. So maybe he'll be sharing that time with Alamalo.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I think, I was hoping Koroi was, kind of like a like-for-like Narecki replacement, but it's pretty hard to. I was hoping it's pretty hard to accomplish that feat. And I think Connor Garden-Bachop is already that kind of dynamic, fast winger, and Sam Gilbert's just kind of reminds me of like a bit of like a Johnny McNichol or something, just like big, solid winger, can kick a long way. Nelson said he can play fullback as well. So I think that's a good balance that they'll achieve there with those three. So that's how we see it playing out. But any more key questions, or should we move on to the stocks are rising?
No, let's push on.
All right, stocks are rising. Shannon Frizzell. You could ask every year. I'd say his stocks are rising, but Harry, why are they rising this year?
Oh, just because of the fact that he hasn't had much game time. He's the 6th ranked Lucy in 2020, had the 2nd highest points per minute. That was, I think, just behind Hoskins to Tutu. So, the way I thought about it is the facts are simple. If you put him on the park, he's going to absolutely kill it. That's it.
So we don't see Gareth Evans and Hugh Renton trying to take away some game time?
No, Gareth Evans, no chance. And Hugh Renton, maybe he gets 10 minutes here and 15 minutes there. But Michaela Tutu is also less senior than Shannon Frizzell. So, no, not at all. I think Frizzell will get a hell of a lot of game time, particularly after some of the form he's shown in the last few years.
Yep, love it. And Nels, we've talked a lot about him, but other stocks are rising. Solomon Alomalo.
Look, we went right into it. Yeah, we went right into it for him, but it's been a while since we've seen, this excitement machine back on the field playing good footy. But back in 2018, he had the third highest average for an outside back with 51 points a game. And that is, if you're getting over half a buck, over 50 week in, week out, that is absolutely phenomenal. So I can't wait to see him get back to some of that form.
Exactly. Absolutely. We just wanted managers to know the ceiling that you're looking at with him. So, stocks are falling. Hugh Renton, he was renting that jersey. Michaeli's back. He's paid the mortgage. He did have a good season last year. I think we all looked at him with a certain level of like disdain because we were like, "Where's Michaeli to? You've robbed us of him." But he actually was really, really good. But no, this year, hard to say. He's probably, you'd have to say with Gareth Evans coming in as well, he's fallen further down the pecking order. So we'll see. And we've got Jonah Narecki. I mean, your stocks definitely fall. I'm not sure why he's in here. Stocks definitely fall when you get injured for the season. But
that's why he's in there.
Yeah, only because he's just such a big name, and I just wanted to mention his name once this year.
Well, actually, on that as well, Peri Parkinson, Peri Chicken, he's out for the season as well.
He sure is, yeah.
In the same likeness. I think that was a question we had in terms of their locks, right? That's why we've got 37-year-old Bryn Evans in there, because they will certainly miss Peri Chicken. So,
Smokey. I just realised, guys, as well, I said Fakatava should get time at the start of the season. You just got me to go, look, he's injured. He's coming back from his ACL still, so he's missing the start of the season as well. So
when did he do his ACL?
I can't remember. I think he's back within the first couple of months of the season or something, within the first month or so. But yeah, he's been gone for a while with that, so expected not to be right back for game one.
Good. Excellent. That's the in-depth analysis you come to us for. But Nelson, how about you finish this off with the Smokies, and then let's get to the last team.
Andrew Makaleo, he was a really exciting player, although he was sitting obviously behind Cody Taylor. So it wouldn't be a surprise for what we know him as the bowling ball to nail down this top hooker spot at his new franchise. Just a very, very physical player, very solid in the set piece. So he could be a really good fit for them. And also Manaki Selby Rickett. It feels like we've been talking about him for a few years, waiting for him to really evolve into what we think he could be for the last few years. And, considering how athletic he is, it could be this year, hopefully, again.
Yep. We'll say it every year until it happens, I feel like. So